Step back in time to the 1970s. It's Saturday night and you're heading to the track with your race car. I wanted to give you guys a background of where this car came from and the hard work that went into getting this vintage race car out of the woods back in the heat of the summer. And by heat of the summer, I'm talking it was 100 degrees. I condensed this 2-minute video from the original video that we posted September 30th. Long story short, we pulled 6 cars out of the woods, and this is one of them. We decided to try for real this time to get it running for our Just Make It Run January series. The owner of the property is the original driver of this car. He raced asphalt at Lanier Speedway as well as other local tracks. It's in rough shape. The passenger side has been wrecked in a race and was never fixed. Our goal with this car is to get it running again to decide what our next step for the car will be. It was a joint effort between Brad, he runs the Northeast Georgia Swap Meet, and our friend John to get this Malibu race car out of the woods. We used Brad's Jeep to pull it sideways, and during that, the back axle just fell apart. We weren't able to put the wheel back on, which made loading the car a lot more difficult. We got it out of the hole that it was in, then Daniel and I came back a few days later to grab it. To get the angle better, we used a come-along to move the car over. Once it was lined up with the trailer, then we used the winch and jack to help it move up the ramps. Not having a wheel on was a pain because it kept digging into the trailer, but we finally got it loaded and headed back to the shop. Moving on to the next car in our lineup to try to get to run is this race car. This came out of the 6-car haul that we did in the summer. This was one of the 6 cars. And we're gonna try to see if we can get it to make some noise, see what happens. We did try to tinker with it a few months ago, but we don't remember why we stopped. So I guess we're about to find that out.
Yeah, I know now why I stopped. Because you can't put a battery in it. I'm going to have to take this battery cable off and get it out of the box. Yeah, that is 100%. This is another one of those safety equipment things.
Oh yeah, there's one battery cable right there and the other one is tucked behind this roll bar. This is how we found it. We have not did any kind of modifications or anything. This is as it was sitting in the woods. The whole side over here has suffered some major structural damage. We're gonna have to fix that before we can even try to drive this one around. What's wrong? The axle was this one's problem?
Yeah.
So that's fell apart, and then this whole side is kind of came apart as well. I keep accidentally calling this the dirt track car. It's not a dirt track car, it was an asphalt car. There's a bear in the car.
Yeah, that little stuffed bear.
Yeah. Maybe he had a very good time.
Debatable. Yeah, I'm not sure why they wouldn't just put this battery like in the back instead of here.
Yeah, I'm not sure that if like anything happened that I want the battery right behind me. Like if there was other options.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. It's just a pain in the balls to get to. If you hadn't figured it out, like, that is my biggest thing. Like, I want every component on the car to be easy to get to. Any kind of safety equipment or anything that makes it difficult to get to makes me like evil. Oh, you got a light on the dash.
Oh.
So the electrical system works. Does the start button work? No. The ignition works, the start does not. Let me see. Oh, there's why your start button don't work. It ain't wired up. That manifold's gonna do a good job of sealing exhaust too. Let me. We're gonna see if it'll turn up. It seems hydro-locked. It moves a little bit. Let me pull all the plugs out of this thing. Not that one. Maybe that one. Let's try this again. Nope. Let me pull the ones on the other side.
So here we go.
I think I want to get a strap for this hood. That sounded like the plug was breaking.
So should I stop?
You on it straight?
Oh, I broke the tip. Oh.
You weren't on it straight.
I'm sorry.
Oh, this side's got the steering in the way. You probably got to take the extension off.
Oh. I was just like, this is a weird fit, and I can't really get a good bite on it.
They're also extremely tight.
Yeah.
That one's rusty.
So we have, what, 3 that are like that?
I'm just curious if it'll spin with all the plugs out. I don't think it will. I think it's going to have some penetrating oil. Let's get some penetrating oil and put in the holes. I could have looked at the valve train too. It's all dry. It's clean. You want to pull the other valve out? No, I don't think it works.
What?
Pull that other valve.
You know what's really bad is when this motor that sat outside for forever and was raced looks better than like the late model, like the stuff that we tear apart, Chevys, Dodges, Fords, like this is actually like not gummed up at all. It's really bad when like 2016, 17, 18 stuff looks worse than this on the inside. I'll clip you guys, show you a little bit better.
The amount that turns without doing anything scares me. Yeah, the way it just moves back and forth just a little bit.
Oh, this has got 2 moving. Well, 3 on this side now.
Look at the crank though. See it forward and back.
Yeah.
It springs back every time. It is possible that the trans is like locked up in 2 gears.
Well, we did have that problem originally when we tried to move it.
Yeah, I know. What we really need to do is hold the clutch.
What, so you want me to like get in there?
Yeah, probably. Let me redo this so I can move the steering shaft because the steering wheel's actually the steering wheel comes off. The steering shaft's supposed to be way down there. Get out of here.
Yeah.
We'll put this back. Just put it there. Yeah, you're going to have to get in the car, like all the way in the car. Unless you want to use the screwdriver to jump the starter. Which I don't feel like you know how to do.
There you go.
This is Brittany in clumsy clothes trying to get in a race car. You're very fluent at that. Looks like you've been doing it for years.
Dang!
Yeah, they fit tight.
Well, yeah, but like, I don't know how small this guy was. Look at this.
You saw the guy.
He was big. This is not big.
Can you press the clutch?
Well, yeah, but you're supposed to look at how small this is.
I mean, yeah, I see, but that's a containment seat. That's how they're made. Can you, does it press?
What do you mean?
Yeah, it seems to work. All right, let's go see if it'll spin now. Maybe something in the trans is stuck.
So just hold it down?
Yeah. Oh. Would you look at that? Okay. You want to hold this? So the transmission is in 2 gears or it's broke. I don't know what's going on there, but let me get this stuff out. I'm going to crawl across and see if I can. These wheels might fit the Corvair.
Oh, yeah, that look cute.
Okay, that one moves pretty easily.
Do I still need to be holding the clutch?
Yeah, for a second.
It's a stiff boy.
Let go of it now. We'll see if she spins. I think it was in 2 gears. I need to film it spinning over anymore. I need to go find plug wires.
Well, yeah, I meant for me getting out of here.
Well, if nothing else, all the cylinders are lubed good. That right there looks real, what's the word I'm looking for? Correct.
That's how they do it, right? Quick change.
They don't step on their phone usually.
I've got some new spark plugs. We're gonna get these put in and go from there.
You know what the beauty of all this is?
What?
If this had race gas in it, it'll probably still be good.
Huh.
It's a battery. I got a half a set of Ford wires and a half a set of Chevy wires.
Okay.
These all started over here.
Yeah, except for that fourth one in the last hole. I couldn't really see it, but couldn't get to it. Should start with this side. Do the hard side first.
Look at all that trash we got in here. This is definitely going to require an oil change. Yeah, I feel like this motor would be fine because it was obviously running when it was wrecked.
Yeah. Alright, that's all hose.
This thing's gonna be real unhappy with this half a set of Ford plug wires I'm putting on it. But it's just gonna have to be happy. The longer one. I'm also assuming that number 1 is where it's supposed to be. We'll find out in a minute if that assumption is correct or not. Providing the distributor does make like sparky sparky. All right. We're gonna start with some True Fuel because it's got a little oil in it. Usually I just use ether or brake clean, but if this engine is safeable, I would like to save it. Should be enough. Oh, you turn the ignition on? Or I got it. I can do it. Ignition on. Spinny, spinny. We try something hotter. We either don't have spark, or the spark is weak, or the firing order's wrong. Well, that might be the problem. I've got 4 volts to the distributor. 4 is not 12. Yeah, that'd be a good reason to not have spark. So let me get a jumper wire. I'm gonna remedy that the easiest way I know how. I have a jumper wire on the distributor now, so we're gonna try this one more time. Now we're clipped the jumper wire directly to the battery cable. Screwdriver. I don't know if I have a spark or not. I picked up the worst looking of the plugs to test and see if I had a spark. I have a spark tester, but this is easier. I see no spark. I'm confident that that is connected good. And I'm confident I have a multimeter. I can check and make sure that I have 12 volts. Yes, I got 12 volts now. The battery is weak. Maybe I should charge it. Yeah, let's charge the battery for a few minutes, I guess.
Of those 6 cars that we pulled out of the woods, we only have 2 left. It's this car and the Trans Am right there. So we've got rid of all the other 4. Our only battery charger that has not let us down yet.
It doesn't, however, have a top because every time you use it, you have to like move wires around inside to make it make connection.
We picked this up at a swap meet like a few years back. And it's the only battery charger that has lasted.
The new ones don't seem to like being put on cars and then like winding and winding and winding on said cars. But if they're not going to do that, they shouldn't advertise as having an engine start feature. You better believe if you're going to advertise it, I'm going to use it. No, we have no spark. And I don't know if we have no spark. I don't know if it's an ignition problem. I don't know if it's a like bad coal or if it's I don't know. No idea. I do have another HDI distributor, although it's like installed in a car. Does it have all its components? Make sure that the last time I had an HEI that didn't work, it was missing like the rotor button. Oh, the rotor button's not installed. Get my jumper wire off. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on in here. Yeah, that's not installable. That's a. Oh, there's no module in it. That definitely ain't gonna work. Somebody stole parts out of this.
Where's the module?
Right here. Pig. Stupid. Alright, let me go doodle around and see if I have a GM HEI module. I think I have one of these on the shelf. It's pumping oil.
Huh.
Alright. Let's go stow the one under the Corvette.
This is a 78.
Yeah.
This is a 78 Corvette, the 75th anniversary series. We drove it to right here, so we know that it works.
Yeah, that is very true. Are you serious? This won't back up enough. Guess not. Alright, that was pointing back straight towards the firewall. Stab this one back in here so I know which way it was pointing. Leave it was right there. All right. Pretty sure I'm a tooth off. Because it was pointing right here when it was sat down, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Now it'll go all the way down right there, and I've got enough adjustment to move it over, so we're just gonna leave it right there. Well, maybe that is where it was. We're gonna give it a shot anyway. Considering how much this thing had been messed with, I don't know if it was pointing in the right place to begin with. Okay, now I've got a little drag. That was definitely pointing like that. Where'd that little red screwdriver go?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, there it is. Eeg.
It sounded close.
It was. I don't know why it won't just take off.
It's pretty brutal here now. It's like 30 degrees. The shop is made of shade, so it's pretty chilly. The wind's blowing.
These are not pliers, but I'll take them out. Cutters, pliers, same difference. When you're working out in the cold, you'll do the wrong thing for sure.
To save time.
Yeah. Alright, let's take that off. Yeah, now I can hang the throttle up.
You're gonna hang yourself.
I did.
Battery wise.
Alright. One more time. This thing is a thirsty critter. It wants to so hard, so bad.
That's because it's thirsty. You're not giving it enough. It needs all the good. It evaporates pretty quick out of
Yeah, I
it.
see that. I wanted to get the boost box and put on it so I have more voltage. I can put the boost box down here, directly on the starter. Ground cable came off. That's why we got slow. My ground cable keeps coming off. Let's go with more gas. I like gas better than either. Well, you know, works. If I could keep this cable on, it would be real nice. Well, balls, it came off both ends. Gas can. There it is. That gas looks healthy.
Are you kidding or are you serious?
I'm pretty sure that's the gas I drained out of that Chevrolet truck. The customers that like wasn't that good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I poured it in the Mercedes because I thought it was new. Maybe that's why the Mercedes died. Maybe I put worse gas in it than it had in it.
Yeah.
We are filling, and the rear float's hung. Let's put that down there so it'll stop filling. Oh, all 4 floats are hung.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, the accelerator pump works. All right, let's try that. Now we have a carb that is like producing fuel. Will that make a difference? I don't know. I need more juice. We filming still?
Yeah.
Why did it stop spinning? Timing's high. It's so close. Well, we're gonna rebuild the carb that came off the race car. I'm gonna put a starter on it and rebuild this carb and see if we can make it run more than just pop and crackle. It did have a restrictor plate on it, which I found very funny.
So you got that side pulled off.
Yeah, this ain't bad at all.
It's super clean compared to what we're used to pulling apart.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even think I'm going to take the base plate off this one. I think I'm going to just clean everything out and put a kit in it. Fresh seals. Because the problem we had was that it wouldn't hold fuel. Yeah, it had a little bit of fuel in it. I heard some crusties when I took it off. Interesting.
Well,
The spring actually holds that needle I was holding the float up, but I guess it's just stuck.
This is just a down and dirty, quick kind of deal.
It does not need that much.
Our purpose of this is just to hear it run.
Yeah. Yeah, this car's not bad at all. This is... I probably could have got away with just putting needles and seats in this one. And the bowl vents are clogged up with dirt dauber nest. That was going to be a problem. Knock the dirt dauber nest through.
Ew, that was a big old chunk.
Yeah.
That's what came out on this side. There's the remnants that came out on that side.
Bowl vents being stopped up don't work. And this is what happens when you have one that was ran on race gas. Race gas doesn't corrode stuff up. This is why the modern ethanol gas is so terrible. Because if you tear down old stuff that only had good wetted gas in it, usually the stuff's clean like this. I think our kit came with those sweet big-headed idle screws that are way easier to adjust. Gasket and the power valve out. Beautiful.
I came off as a whole thing.
Yeah, because good gas.
The one that I did didn't.
No, the one you did, you had to do with forever because crappy gas. I'm a firm believer. I used to take apart stuff that had race gas in it all the time because we worked on race cars a lot. And they always came apart like this, even if they stuff had been sitting. This will be far easier to make run without the lean bog of a vacuum secondary with no enrichment circuit. Beautiful. Now it works like it's supposed to. It's not supposed to open the secondaries until it sees vacuum on the canister. Beautiful.
So Ryobi makes this new tool now, and they have a separate battery for it. It's the Dremel, is that what it's called?
It's like a Dremel. Dremel's a brand name. It's a rotary tool.
Which is fairly lovely for this application.
Yeah, this wire brush has got pretty soft bristles. It works pretty good for this. Get closer. You could probably do just as good of a job with a regular wire brush, or a regular wire brush is not near as fun and it's not bright green.
Also, that's small and handheld.
Yeah. So we are putting the Holly back together. I love these kits from Summit because they have new screws and stuff for the needles and seats. It's much more pleasant to work with than the kits you get at the parts store.
Sorry, auto's on. You gotta step up your game a little bit.
Yeah. Just some spray silicone.
Ew, more junk fell out of there. This isn't a text break, mister.
Oh, you posted the thing about our first video.
Yeah.
It is a text break. Don't people do that at the gym? What's it called?
Text set.
Yeah. I'm doing that, but in this.
But in mechanic form?
Yeah. No, it didn't come with the big fat-headed adjustment screws, but it did come with new adjustment screws, so we're gonna use them. This thing's gonna run like new money. We're here saying it's gonna run like new money. We have no idea the like quality of the engine.
Yeah.
We know that it spins-ish and it has oil pressure-ish. And that it has a restrictor plate because it's so powerful.
Is it a 305 or 350?
I don't know. If it's a 305 and it had to have a restrictor plate, that's redonkulous. Well, these are the same gasket, okay. Oh, I didn't put the power valve in. That'd probably be a good thing to do. Is it the power valve gasket? Looks like it. We were talking earlier, saying that we really should have a like socket for these power valves, as many hollies as we do, because I'm still over here taking these out with channel locks. I've did this with channel locks for years, and now it feels wrong to do it any other way. I had a guy fuss at me one time about this. He was like, "You cannot do that way." And I was like, "I can. I've been doing it that way for years. Why not? Why can't I? It's not hurting anything."
Well, I skipped some of the steps, but carburetor is in one piece.
Yeah, almost. I got the little filler, little fitting, and then the accelerator pump doohickey to put in. Well, not only that, look at the restrictor plate.
I don't even know why you would want to do. Oh crap! She goes all the way back. Oh, nice. Well, why would you do that?
I guess the rules required it for whatever class they were racing. Look at there.
Look at that. It was made for it. It was.
We have a IV pole.
Yeah, we're gonna run this on my motorcycle IV tank.
IV. I-V-E-Y instead of IV.
Oh, we should label it. You should.
IV.
You need to, yeah.
Yeah. I put some vines on it. Name her Poison Ivy.
You need to give it a name tag. What's more likely to happen is it's gonna pop back fire and like flame this whole pole up.
It's still awesome.
This,
I don't see a downside to that, really.
I mean, no, if I burn my $14 Amazon, whatever, I'm gonna call Amazon and be like, "This caught on fire. You owe me a race car and a new bottle."
Yeah, there you go.
Does it work? Yeah, look at that accelerator pump. Look at it.
Oh man.
It holds fuel now. It doesn't pour everywhere, and it pumps fuel through the accelerator pump.
And we got rid of a restriction.
Yeah, and we took the restrictor plate off. That's gonna be why it runs.
Yeah.
All right, we need a battery.
And no, this Kia over here is not ours. None of that is ours.
None of that is ours except for the Mercedes and the Tempest. That's all garbage.
Yeah.
It's not garbage. Some of it's garbage. I got nothing. Well, I'll think the starter's bad. Oh yeah, I turned my screwdriver red hot and it don't work. Okay, well I guess I'm gonna change the starter.
Do you have any small block Chevy starters?
I do. The better question is, can you take the starter off without taking the oil pan off?
Uh-oh.
Where is it? Here.
So I need to change the starter, but the starter is, looks like it overlaps the oil pan. So this is going to be a interesting scenario here. Here we go. Let me reach down here and see if I can. access that back starter. I can access this starter bolt. Well, ain't that inconvenient. I don't reckon. Surely they wouldn't have just put the starter on with one bolt.
Hey, it's a race car.
It is a race car. Oh, hold on. There's a cutout in the oil pan. There's a cutout in the oil pan.
All right, then.
I can take it off. All right.
Back in business.
Retrieved the big heavy behemoth starter. I don't know why it doesn't have like a lightweight starter. I bet lightweight starters didn't exist when this car was built. Alright, so I took the starter apart and I took the housing of this one and the back half of another one and put it together, and it works now. And I've got the coil juiced. Give her some fuel and see if she'll go. That's what I poked my head in to look at. I want to see if it had oil pressure.
What do you do to press this thing? You just press it on?
I think so. Press the battery button at the top. There's a button that says a battery. Alright, we're going to start her again and see if we can... Ready?
No, I was trying to figure out how to do this thing.
Again, once it starts, poke your head in there with the camera and look at the oil pressure.
Okay.
Sirens? They ran out of gas.
Yeah, I saw that.
I also wanted to pull the valve covers and see if we had oil up here yet. We got no oil to the top side. How much oil pressure did it have when you looked in there?
40?
But it had oil pressure.
Maybe it doesn't have any oil in it.
Well, it's got oil pressure, so it's got to have oil in it. Okay, well, we can see that it runs. We're going to change the oil and do some preventative maintenance before we go any further with it. But we can finish the video.
Yeah.
This one runs. What would y'all like to see us do with it? Our plan, this one still has a VIN number in it. So we thought about hanging lights and stuff in it and making this a street car again, but a race car. Streetable. An old race car turned street car. The other options are we could just race it, but that's expensive. I really want to preserve the car without
damaging it?
Damaging it and without spending a ton of money in it, because it would cost $1 million to make this car be raceable again. Not $1 million, but you know what I mean.
We already have a lot of money out on the international.
Yeah.
So it's hard to have two different types of cars.
This would be a cool car to just drive to the parts store. Did you get video on your phone of it running?
Hmm? Or like around us, there's a show called Athens Speedway Reunion, and
This
like,
would be a cool car to take to that.
some of those kind of shows.
I'd
I'd guess.
Yep. All right.